Close your eyes. Imagine a city where every street tells a story. A city that rose from fire, survived wars, and shaped empires. A city that never stopped moving, never stopped dreaming. This is London. Let's travel through time and uncover how this mighty city was born, destroyed, and reborn again. Long before skyscrapers touched the sky, before the red buses and the black cabs ruled the streets, there was a river, the River Thames, and beside it a few small huts made by ancient tribes. That's where London began. Historians believe around 43 AD, when the Roman Empire invaded Britain, they built a small settlement on the north bank of the Thames. They called it Londinium. This was the seed from which modern London grew. The Romans chose this spot for a reason. The river gave them easy trade routes, and the land was perfect for defense and growth. They built roads, walls, bridges, and slowly, Londinium became one of the most important cities in Roman Britain. But empires fall. In the 5th century, Rome collapsed, and with it, Londinium was abandoned. For almost 400 years, the city was silent. No trade, no light, just ruins and memories. Then came the Anglo-Saxons. They built small villages outside the old Roman walls. Slowly, people started returning. They rebuilt homes, markets, and churches. By the 9th century, London was rising again. But then came new invaders, the Vikings. They attacked, burned, and looted the city. Yet London survived. It rebuilt again, stronger than before. In 1066, a new power came from France, the Normans. Led by William the Conqueror, they defeated the English at the Battle of Hastings, and William became King of England. To show his power, he built the Tower of London, a fortress, a palace, and later a prison. Under Norman rule, London grew in strength. The city became the political heart of the new kingdom. Traders, craftsmen, and travelers from all over Europe came to London. The population grew. The markets expanded. London became not just a city, but a center of opportunity. The Middle Ages were both glorious and terrible. The 12th and 13th centuries saw great cathedrals rise, like St. Paul's Cathedral. Guilds and merchants became powerful. But life wasn't easy. There were fires, poverty, and diseases. In 1348, the Black Death struck London. Half the city's people died. Yet even in tragedy, London found strength. When the plague ended, trade returned. The River Thames was filled with ships again. Wool, wine, spices, everything passed through London's ports. The city's wealth began to grow faster than ever before. Then came the Tudor dynasty in the 16th century. Kings like Henry VIII and Elizabeth I changed everything. They broke from the Roman Church. They opened new trade routes, and they made London the center of politics, art, and culture. Theaters appeared, and one name became legend: William Shakespeare. His plays filled London with emotion and imagination. Meanwhile, merchants grew richer through global trade. Ships left the Thames for Asia, Africa, and the Americas. Gold, silver, and silk flowed back to London. The city was becoming the heart of an empire. But in 1666, disaster struck again. The Great Fire of London burned for 4 days. It destroyed nearly 13,000 houses and 87 churches. The city was in ashes. But out of that fire came rebirth. Architect Sir Christopher Wren designed a new London, with wider streets, brick buildings, and the magnificent new St. Paul's Cathedral. This was the London of strength and beauty. Trade continued to rise, and slowly London became one of the richest cities in Europe. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the world changed, and London changed with it. The Industrial Revolution began. Factories replaced fields. Machines replaced hands. Railways connected the city to every part of Britain. People poured into London for work. The city exploded in size. But with growth came problems: overcrowding, poverty, and pollution. Still, London kept moving forward. The River Thames became the lifeline of trade. Coal, cotton, iron, everything passed through London's docks. The British Empire expanded across the world, and London became its proud capital. Under Queen Victoria, London reached its golden age. The city was filled with grand buildings, the Houses of Parliament, Big Ben, and Buckingham Palace. Electricity, gas lights, and the first underground railway changed everyday life. The London Underground, opened in 1863, was the first in the world. Science, literature, and industry all flourished together. Charles Dickens wrote stories about London, both the glory and the darkness. It was a city of wealth and of struggle. But no matter what, London stood tall.
The 20th century brought pain again. World War I and II shook the city. During the Blitz in World War II, bombs rained down on London. Thousands died and whole streets vanished. But London refused to fall. After the war, the people rebuilt everything, brick by brick. The city rose again, stronger, freer, and full of hope. Immigrants from around the world came to rebuild and live in London, and the city became one of the most diverse places on earth. After the 1950s, London's economy began to change. No longer just a port city, it became a financial powerhouse. Banks, insurance companies, and stock markets took over the skyline. The City of London and Canary Wharf became the centers of global finance. Foreign investment poured in. The British pound became one of the strongest currencies. Tourism also boomed. Millions came to see the royal palaces, museums, and historic streets. By the 21st century, London's economy was larger than that of many countries. Technology, startups, and media joined the financial giants. The city became a mix of tradition and innovation. Today, London is more than a city. It's a world in itself. Over 9 million people live here. More than 300 languages are spoken. You can find every culture, every food, every dream in one place. It's a city of contrasts, ancient castles beside glass skyscrapers, old traditions beside futuristic technology. London's transport system, from the underground to the iconic red buses, keeps the city alive day and night. The River Thames still flows quietly, just like it did 2,000 years ago, watching the city grow, fall, and rise again. But what made London's economy so powerful? Three things: trade, finance, and innovation. First, trade. From the Roman times to today, London has always been a global trading center. Second, finance. The Bank of England, the London Stock Exchange, and hundreds of global firms make it one of the biggest money hubs in the world. And third, innovation. From science to art, from fashion to tech, London never stops creating. It adapts, evolves, and leads. That's why even after wars, fires, and pandemics, London always finds a way to rise again. London's story is not just about buildings or kings, it's about people. From ancient soldiers to modern bankers, from Shakespeare to street artists, everyone left their mark on this city. London is built on dreams, struggles, and second chances. Every brick has a story, every street has a memory, and every skyline view whispers one truth: London never dies, it only evolves. Look at London today. The lights of the Shard, the roar of Piccadilly Circus, the calm of Hyde Park, and the magic of the Thames at night. It's a city where history meets tomorrow, where you can feel the past and the future in one breath. From the Romans to the royals, from smoke to skyscrapers, London has walked through every age of humanity. And still, it stands, shining brighter than ever. The story of London teaches us one thing: greatness doesn't come from power alone. It comes from resilience, from rebuilding when everything burns, from dreaming when the world doubts you. London was destroyed many times by fire, by plague, by war, but it rose each time stronger than before. That's the spirit of London. That's what makes it one of the greatest cities on earth. And that is the story of London. A city built not just of stone and steel, but of dreams and courage. From the ancient river to the glass towers, every corner whispers history. London reminds us that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. Because greatness isn't about never falling, it's about always rising. This is London, the city that never dies, only evolves.